Good morning, everybody. I'm up here at 11 Mile Canyon again today. Haven't been here in a while. That last week of summer right before the holiday is just crazy in these places, so I waited for a few days for everything to settle down, hoping I'd find some eagles or some osprey to shoot. I think the osprey probably have already migrated, so I haven't seen any of them. Did get a couple shots of a great blue heron in this spot a few minutes ago. Anyway, one of my main reasons for being here today is to shoot up the rest of the film on my new antique Canon AE-1. I'm going to take that into town and turn it in today. This has been a real enjoyable experience shooting film again. I wish I would have had one of these cameras back in 1976 when they first came out, but at that time I didn't know anything about these kind of cameras. There wasn't such a thing as a camera store where I came from, so I had never even seen one of these things. A few years later I got my first real camera when I got to Denver because I found Waxman's camera. That was one of the first camera stores I'd ever seen, and I got my Minolta X700, but that was 8 years after I wish I would have first had one. If I'd have had one of these when I moved out to California and lived up in the Bay Area, boy, I would have went crazy getting pictures of the ocean and the seashore with one of these things. Anyway, I'm gonna drive back up and down the canyon later today. There's a few fishermen here, but there always is. Even in the dead of winter, you'll find a few fishermen. But it's not like it was before the tourists all left. The dust clouds from all the trucks racing up and down here are gone, and it's pretty peaceful again. So I hope to get a few good shots today. I hope to get a couple with this little gizmo. This is one of my favorite spots along the river. They call this the Bend. And this in the wintertime is where we'll usually find bald eagles hanging out. There's a couple of dead trees that they like to perch on and watch into the water looking for fish. This time of year, I haven't seen the eagles in a while. I don't know what they do in the summertime, but they don't come to these dead trees, I know that. They're probably up at the reservoir where they got the big water to fish in. Anyway, you can see there's a fisherman down there. And I'm going to drive up and down this area looking for that blue heron that I saw earlier. I was kind of surprised to see that they're still around. But anyway, I will get back to you later. Okay. Well, I believe my day was a success. I got my roll of film completed, so I can take that in. Hopefully the film will turn out. The camera is an antique and I got it at a thrift store, so I'm not even sure it works, but everything on it seemed to work just fine. The shutter works, the film advance works, and when the film was done, the roller seemed to work just fine, so I'm hoping that I have good results with it. On the way back down the canyon, I heard the unmistakable sound of a hawk screeching in the sky, so I stopped and got out, snapped a few pictures of a redtail. I think he was probably too far away to get a real picture of, though. But I did get those pictures of that blue heron, and I would have had a picture of him taken off, but my pants were falling down, so I tried to pull them up, and the minute I did that, the heron took off, dropped my camera, and missed all that, so I didn't get that nice shot. Anyway, I'm going to spend a few more minutes by this beautiful river here, and then head on into town to get the film developed.